In attempting to deal with the New World Order, many talk of an armed uprising, but that is not the way. They want an armed uprising. You must see that, and so you must not give it to them. An armed uprising will only result in martial law, and the New World Order will never be defeated with weapons. They have technology to defeat any armed uprising that you cannot even imagine. The whole issue needs to be approached with a state of love. Now, when I say it's important to approach things with a state of love, I'm not talking about the touchy-feely, let's all be passive and wear flowers in our hair kind of love. I'm talking about real love, empathy and understanding for all people and all life. An understanding that there is no division amongst the peoples of the world. These divisions are an illusion created by the elite in order to divide us. Ignore them. There is no division. There is no other. There is only one. We are one. No people in any country want war. Only leaders and bankers want war, so don't give it to them. Many people think that the problems are unique to their country. For example, many Americans may argue that the issues of 9/11 are an internal problem, but such is not the case, because the conspiracy we are dealing with here is very old and very well thought out, and the problem is indeed a global one. Much of the controlling influences are actually European. It just seems internal to many Americans because it is more active there. And this is not to say anything against the American people at all. It is more active in America at this particular time because it is in America's District of Columbia that lies the Illuminati Center for Military Control. That is why it is so important for the American people to act immediately to restore their constitution. Should this not be achieved, it will spell very bad times ahead indeed, not for just America, but for the entire globe, because there is nowhere to escape from the New World Order. There is nowhere to run, no country one could move to, and no chance of setting up any alternate societies in some place that will remain unaffected. Their influence across the globe is all pervasive. The only real way to defeat the New World Order and to stop the fascist malaise that is creeping across our earth is to address the root cause of the problem, to cut the head off the snake. And that problem is the global monetary system and those who control it. Because the megalomaniacs who are creating this mayhem in the world are and have always been the criminal banking elite, consisting of families such as the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, and this can be amply proven. These people have trampled on the entire human race. They have sold us out, and in more ways than you may ever believe. The Rothschild family alone has managed to hoard over 1/2 of the Earth's entire wealth in the last 300 years by means of lies and deception, and has the blood of quite literally millions on their hands. The goal of these elite international criminals is to microchip the entire population of Earth and to eliminate all those who resist, so total control over humanity can be placed in their hands. These are deranged, extremely sick and very ruthless people who care nothing for anyone who is not part of their elitist club. What is needed to fix the problems is a global revolution of the people, but it does not need to be a bloody battle. In fact, not a single shot even needs to be fired. All that is required is for the people of the world to wake up and stop going along with the system. Stop agreeing with what is being done to the world and its people. For just 1 week even, stand up and say no, we will not do this anymore. Get yourself a supply of food and stay home for a week. Don't go out and be a consumer. Don't watch TV. Don't go to work. Don't buy gas. Don't buy alcohol. Don't go shopping at all. Just do enough to keep the essential services operating. Can you imagine what the elite would do and what could be achieved with just 1 week of global non-compliance? Global non-compliance by the people would bring the entire global elite to their knees and utterly defeat the New World Order in one fell swoop. Then if the people forgot all about what the TV told them was right and helped each other instead of profiting from each other in order to buy more useless trinkets, the entire system of slavery and control would come crashing down like a house of cards. The only power that the ruling elite have over the people of the world is the power that we ourselves grant to them. All that is needed to fix it and to stop the New World Order in its tracks is for the people of the world to stand united in an act of non-violent non-compliance. A simple case of no sir, we will not do this anymore. It's that simple. The malaise that is creeping across our world must be dealt with by the people, and dealt with very quickly. A unity of human spirit in an attitude of global non-violent non-compliance is all that is required to win the battle, and it needs to be done quickly while the people still have the opportunity to deal with the situation in a peaceful manner. Your first reaction will most likely be to feel anger and resentment towards the maker of this film. This is an understandable reaction because this film is suggesting you to consider the possibility that you may have been wrong about the view you have of this world. But do not feel anger because you only have this view because you've been lied to. But again, to even admit this much to yourself is to admit that you've been duped, and our societies have carefully trained us to view any such realization as an affront against the ego, rather than an enlightening of spirit or a freeing of mental shackles. But the fact remains that the only power the ruling elite have over the people is the power that the people themselves grant to them. All I can ask is that you each stop and look inside yourself and realize the true power and true potential that each of you holds within.